here with head coach Shane Coffey. Big one now. We know where we're at as far as what we got to do to get where we want to be. But first up, it's Edmond Memorial. What do we know about it?
Edmond Memorial's loaded. You know, a lot of people don't know the history of me. That's where I started my coaching career. And so it's kind of a unique situation, but they are a really, really good basketball team. They've got 2 of the top 30 kids in the country in the 2025 class on that squad. But they're well coached. They're going to look to try to score a lot of points. Defensively, they're going to really try to take some chances and try to make you play fast as well.
Glad you brought up about Edmond Memorial because I knew the history of it. Do you coach differently knowing it's your former school, or is it all on us right now?
It's all about us, you know, and you know, as we've talked before, I mean, we just take this one game at a time, and it doesn't matter who the opponent is. I mean, we're going to put our best effort and our best foot forward to prepare and get ready for this game. I mean, we've been in this game before. You know, a year ago we were the underdog. This year we're going to be the underdog going in, but that does not take anything away from our preparation and who we're playing. We're going to go get it done. Macy
Maracini, along with Mathern, you got a lot of stacked players on this team that some of them will be playing in their first postseason in this magnitude. Have you thought about that as well for this?
You know, I try really not to express too much concern to our kids in that regard. I mean, in the back of your head, you're always thinking that could be a concern, but realistically, I mean, we've got kids that have never played in that position a year ago, and they stepped up in big moments. And in a program like us here at Broken Arrow, we know that we're preparing these kids all year for this stage in this environment. So we feel real comfortable going in.
Final things that need to be cleaned up and get into the final breakdown on Edmond Memorial.
You know, I think the big thing for us is, I mean, we do need to continue to worry about ourselves. We need to be our best version of ourselves. You know, we talk a lot about, as individuals, we want to be our best versions of ourselves, and as a result, you become the best version of your team. And that's something that we've been stressing a lot here over the last month as we've been becoming playoff ready. You know, Edmond Memorial is a team, like I said, it's just going to get after you. They're going to try to throw some big punches at you. I feel like we can do the exact same thing. I think it's a heavyweight battle, you know, and the clash is going to be for a state title or a state tournament berth in general, and we both know what it takes to get there, so it's going to be a fun game.
Well, best of luck, Coach Coffey. We'll have the starting lineups coming up next on ArrowVision.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Birdhouse is the place that we are at tonight.
Yes.
Home of the East Central Cardinals, as the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers will be taking on Edmond Memorial with a chance at a state berth in the road to Norman. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones. Coach, we can't get any bigger than this one tonight.
No, this is the game that you want to win. You want to win at 6 o'clock, and you want to go back and eat or go home and well, get ready for next week.
Get ready for next week. It's simple, folks.
Yeah.
We win, we're off to Norman. We lose, we play Saturday at Sapulpa. The loser of Union and Bixby, those two will square off tonight as well. They will face on Saturday at 2 p.m. But we do not want to focus on that.
Nope.
Do not even throw that out of your mind. We want to all dive in on this Edmond Memorial team, who is a very talented squad. The Bulldogs 21-3, only one loss in district this year, 13-1. Coach, what do you got for us for the keys to victory against these Bulldogs?
Yeah, so Edmond's got a great team. They have been powerful all year long. Probably one of the first things we're going to talk about is we got to get the ball inside. We got to get the ball to post. We want to throw it in there early, throw it in there often, make them play inside and defensive side. Defensively for us, we got to communicate like crazy. We got to be there to help. They've got great players. It's got to be a team effort tonight on defense. Look for them, look for slips on screens, kind of the ghost screens that we see. We got to contain their big two. And, I mean, there's a reason why they're the big two, but Williams and Hampstead, as far as they go, and then transition, we do not want to – we can't get beat getting back, and we want to push it when we can. When we get the opportunity to run, we want to run and take advantage of that and make them worry about getting back off defensively.
And speaking of all that information, here are your starting lineups. First for Broken Arrow, Macy Marasini, followed by number 5, Brooklyn Scarborough, number 22, Peyton Dolan, 23, Rakai Bowen, 25, Mackenzie Mathern. For the Lady Bulldogs, Avery Homstead, number 10, number 11, Brooklyn Aska, number 14, Taylor Morris, a senior guard, number 20, Anasty Hawkins, a senior, number 20, and number 24, Addie Johnson. Remember, tonight's stream is only audio only, so if you're listening in, thank you for joining us this evening. We'd like to thank our One Club sponsors. They're First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Sits in St. John, Tulsa Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. So we'll take one final timeout, and we'll get it on the hardwood next with the Lady Bulldogs of Edmond Memorial and Broken Arrow, the Lady Tigers. Stay with us on ArrowVision.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options.
And welcome inside the field house. Broken Arrow won the black tops, black bottoms. Edmond Memorial white tops, white bottoms. Edmond Memorial going right to left. Tigers will go left to right. So Edmond Memorial won the tip, and we're underway inside the birdhouse. Avery Olmstead going to the rack. No good. Macy Marasini with a rebound. She flips it up to Dolan on the far side. Left elbow, no good. Rebound goes to the Tigers. It's Scarborough. Out to Bowen. Marasini trying to cut down low. Dolan with the ball up top. They go to Mathern. She backs out to the three-point line on the left side. Marasini now resets from the top. Gets the call from Coach Coffey, and here we go again. Dolan, guarded by Aska. Long triple by Scarborough. No good, but it comes right back in the hands of Bowen. Bowen driving in the paint, and the first points will not go to Broken Arrow because it will be called traveling on Scarborough.
Well, what's positive, first possession, we've got 2 offensive rebounds, which is what we've got to do tonight, is get in and compete on the boards and get some second chance points. So a small victory on the first possession, even though we didn't score.
And there was nice effort I've heard on that second chance play, like you alluded to keep it going. Aska, guarded by Dolan. Top of the key, left side. They bounce it in to Morris. Morris back out to Johnson. Marasini giving her quite the distance for Morris on the far side. That's Aska to Morris to Johnson. Johnson driving in the paint, gets the floater to go, and Edmond Memorial jumps out to a 2-0 lead. 6:13 to go, still here in the first. Mathern now on the far side, going for a triple, no good. Dolan with a quick rebound in the paint, and it looks like they're going to whistle a foul on Olmstead. And that's a big-time foul right there.
Anytime we can get a foul on her and maybe get her off the court, that's going to be a win for Broken Arrow, and so that's a big-time rebound by Peyton.
Yeah, Olmstead loves to shoot, as a beautiful shot by Bowen to tie this one up 2-all. 5:48 to go here in the first. The student section also here as well. Good to see the Jungle Squad. Johnson bouncing it in to Olmsted. Olmsted triple team, finds some seam, somehow gets that bucket to go, and the Bulldogs retake the lead, 4-2.
Just her size inside, she was able to split the defense and kind of go over the top of us, even though we had a double team.
So Marcini wants some space. Over to Bowen. Bowen trying to double drive. Goes back to Marcini. She fakes the first head fake with a triple. Then it goes back to Mathern. Dolan running in traffic. They kick it out in the corner to Scarborough. Scarborough buries the triple in the corner. That's her first points of the game, and the Tigers with a 1-point advantage, 5-4.
Macy did a good job getting the ball in the paint and making the defense collapse in order to make that pass out to Brooklyn and get a wide open three.
Johnson now. Over to Morris. Guarded by Scarborough. Scarborough playing tough on her. Go to the left side to Johnson. Tigers playing man-to-man right now. This is Hawkins now. They send Olmsted over to the far side. Bulldogs trying to find something here, but the Tigers are being relentless on D. Hawkins driving in the paint, no good. Rebound to Marcini, out to Mathern now. Mathern pulls up with a triple, hit hard on contact, and that's gonna go back on the turnover to the Bulldogs. I would say that was a good no call there, letting them play. That one's gonna go out of bounds, but it'll stay with Edmond Memorial. They'll inbound it on the left side.
Yeah, and really early in
Right
the game,
side.
you're starting to see them settle into the tempo of the game, and they're going to let them play. It's not going to be a game where it's just going to be a ticky-tack foul situation. They're going to let them hook up tonight.
So Johnson guarded by Marcini on the far side. Now they flip it up to Scarborough. Morris guarded by Dolan. Morris trying to find some space. Spin move, good. And Morris is on the board with her first 2 points in the game. It's 6-5. Mathern over in the corner to Scarborough. Back to Mathern. Bowen slows it down. Scarborough trying to find a move down low. They go to Mathern down low. Ball tipped away. Good heads-up play by Johnson. She takes it from one coast to the next, and she's got back-to-back points for herself. It's 8-5, 3-point advantage, Edmond Memorial.
Turnover for for us. Memorial goes in and capitalizes, and that's that transition. We've got to make sure if we do turn it over, we got to get back and contest.
Scarborough in the corner, no good. I don't think that hit any rim. Timeout goes Edmond Memorial.
They called a foul on Mathern right there on the sideline.
That's Mathern's first. Looked like they had called the timeout real quickly. So it's 8-5 in the field house, or correction, in the birdhouse. Beautiful facility here at East Central.
It is. It's a beautiful facility.
Johnson on the far side. They now get Taryn Jacobs in there, getting some height on the court. Jacobs guarding Morris. Correction, Johnson. She gets right by Jacobs, but Macy Marcini picks her back up. Hawkins now, top of the key. Hawkins guarded heavily by Mathern. She drives in, and the ball is going to turn it over for the Tigers. Mathern now going the other way, taking this one all the way herself, puts it off the glass, and Mathern is on the board. Tigers lead it. Or correction, they trail by 1.
It's great defensive help in the last possession. Macy stepped over and helped Taryn. We had good communication. They knew exactly what they were going to do, and so that's the kind of help we got to have tonight. Now we do have a 30-second timeout by Edmond Memorial. She got caught in the corner, and coach calls a 30-second timeout.
So we'll take a timeout as well. Thank you for joining us on ArrowVision, listening live for the area championship here at East Central.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse. 8-7, Edmond Memorial on top. With a minute 33 to go. This quarter has just zoomed by, Coach.
Yeah, it's been very frantic, and you can tell it really has the feel of playoff basketball.
Yes, it does. There's Booker in there for the Bulldogs. A little floater from Hawkins, and that is good. That's her first points, and they lead it by 3, 10-7. Tigers are going to need a big game out of Dolan and Bowen this evening, along with Scarborough. Jacobs now in the paint to Bowen. Bowen hangs on. That'll be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Tigers.
It's a good look by Taryn. Unselfish play. Bowen had position a little closer to the basket and didn't finish, but we got another shot with the jump ball there. So McKenzie taking it out of bounds right here. This is a crucial out-of-bounds play, really, with 1 minute left. You want to get a good look right here, execute well.
Yeah, they need to take advantage. And quick pass inside of AC Mersini. She makes the lay-in, and it's a 1-point game. Exactly what you were just saying, Coach. Quick play.
You got to know Edmond Memorial's coach is not very happy with her defense right there because a little head and shoulders fake, and they got lost.
They did get lost. Johnson on the far side in the corner. Back up top to Hawkins. Mathern coming off the screen, and the Tigers reset. It is Scarborough picking up Johnson.
They've got a foul on Brooklyn.
So that'll be Brooklyn's first. You knew that this Memorial team was going to do a lot of transitions, a lot of screens, and the Tigers are going to have to play very heads-up defense to stay in front on that.
Yeah, and we've done a good job early on of just communicating and switching when we needed to.
As Johnson from the corner, no good. Jacobs with the rebound, but a steal by Johnson. And Johnson's first points, or excuse me, her 6th point of the game. It's 12-9, 15 seconds remaining here in the first.
That was a quick turnaround from us getting a defensive rebound and then really back-to-back turnovers. We're fine. We got to settle down. There's 10 seconds left. This would be a good time to have a big stop defensively and get out of the quarter.
Got to be happy with what we've been able to see so far out of the Tigers so far in this first. 6 seconds left to go as Johnson trying to find some space, but she is whistled for a travel. So 3 seconds left here in the first. Opportunity for a Hail Mary shot, but Tigers turn it over. Johnson unable to come up with it. Mersini with a rebound, and that will do it from the first. 12-9 in favor of Edmond Memorial. We'll have more from the Birdhouse here at East Central. Area Championship, Broken Arrow and Edmond Memorial. You're listening to it on ArrowVision.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Your side hustle keeps you moving. We'll help you get where you really want to go. T2CU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Welcome back to East Central. We're watching the Lady Tigers tonight take on Edmond Memorial Bulldogs. We've got a couple scores, notable scores from 6A right now. Edmond North is leading Mustang 10-5 in the first quarter, and then PC North and PC West, a little 5-5 battle in the first quarter. Right now, Lady Tigers trailed 12-9 at the beginning of the second quarter, and we are back to action here at East Central.
Yep. We knew some area championships were going to be tough fights tonight for both teams. Lady Dogs trying to go inside. It's Olmstead. She's unable to get it to go. Mercini running like a gazelle, going the other way, pops it over to Mathern. Mathern driving in the paint. That ball on the deck. Bowen trying to pick it back up from the right elbow, near the right elbow. And that one is going to stay with the Tigers.
It looked like that was about to be a turnover.
Yes,
so
it was.
It's good to get that right back.
So Dolan inbounding it all the way to the top to Bowen. Bowen bounce pass one-handed to Jacobs, but she's going to be called for the traveling. 2 traveling fouls, or correction, calls already going against the Tigers.
Well, we've had several turnovers really early on. We've got 6 turnovers so far in the game, and we would like to slow that pace down for that stat.
Is Johnson over to Morris, top of the key, guarded by Jacobs. On the far side, it's Johnson. Johnson driving in traffic. Shot is no good. Dolan rebounds it, flips it up to Maricini. Maricini over to Bowen. Bowen goes right by Mathern, takes it to the cup, no good. But it's going to go right back to Memorial, Edmond Memorial, to Taylor Morris. Aska back to Morris. Morris driving in the paint. Looks like she traveled, but no whistle, no problem. Dolan comes up with the rebound. She hangs on to it, and it's going to be a timeout by Coach Coffey. Good heads-up play by Coach Coffey. Coach Rachel Carbaugh, Edmond Memorial's coach, not happy. 6:37 to go here in the second. Tigers trail Edmond Memorial 12-9. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first. Isn't it nice to know that you can spend your weekend any way you like? We have convenient e-bank products such as online banking, mobile deposits, mobile banking, and account alerts, just to name a few. E-bank, whenever, wherever, why-ever. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse. East Central High School. Lady Tigers taking on Edmond Memorial 12-9. Edmond Memorial on top with 6:30 to go till half. Mathern getting a screen by Scarborough. She drives in the paint, throws it up off the glass. No good. That's going to go out of bounds, but it'll stay with Broken Arrow. Nice screen by Scarborough.
Doing some dirty work in there, helping getting other people open. Macy taking the ball to bounds. Let's see if we get how we execute on the out-of-bounds play right here.
A very crucial out-of-bounds play is we're down to 6:23 till half. To Scarborough, to the top, back to Maricini. Maricini trying to get by the defender, Johnson. We reset inside to Pence. Pence bounce passes to Maricini. Maricini with a little floater. It is good.
She was in amongst the trees that time.
She was in amongst the trees.
Floater in the lane.
12-11 now. Tigers down by 1 on the Bulldogs. Olmstead with the height advantage on Maricini. Maricini playing big. Tigers get the ball right back.
And what's the biggest part of that?
That's Olmstead's second foul, Coach Jones. And she's going to take a breather on the bench. Tigers need to capitalize every chance they can get with Olmstead on the bench.
Yeah, we talk about slowing down their big two, and one of them's not suited up tonight. And the other one just got her second foul early in the second quarter, so that's a big-time call for Lady Tigers.
Pence with the rebound off the miss. by Maricini. It'll go back to Edmond Memorial.
This is the time in the game, really, with looking at who's on the court. We need to put a run together right now with the personnel that we have on the floor.
Johnson over to Hawkins. Hawkins nearly picked off by Mathern. It's going to go back to Broken Arrow. Bad pass by the Lady Dogs. So Scarborough, Maricini, Mathern, Taryn Jacobs. Correction, Pence, and Janae McCrary in there for the Lady Tigers. They go over to Scarborough. Scarborough go to Mathern. Mathern with a spin move, trying to get by the Bulldogs. But Maricini comes in with a rebound. Her shot no good. And Mathern just pulls it away from the defender, but it'll stay with Broken Arrow.
Just the level of competition right now, we are competing. Every time Memorial raises level, we respond and come right back at them.
The atmosphere has been thick between both teams trying to get the early advantage. It's 12-11. Edmond Memorial on top. Maricini falls to the deck, somehow gets the pass off. Jacobs now down low to Pence. Pence turns it over. Bulldogs going the other way. It's Aska, guarded by Janae McCrary. Hawkins back to Aska. Aska trying to put on a move. Over to the far side to Johnson. Johnson cross-court pass to Hawkins. Hawkins over to Morris. Johnson driving low. And the Tiger has whistled for the foul. It is number 0, Macy Maricini. That is only her first.
Yeah, what's interesting, Memorial right now, they're Justice Booker is really trying to post up Macy inside. She's got a size advantage, but what she doesn't realize is that she's posting up somebody who loves to play physical. So Macy's really, she plays so much bigger than what her physical stature really is. And so I don't know if that's going to be something they're going to try to exploit as the game goes on, but Macy's doing a good job as Johnson knocks down that first free throw.
That's her 7th. Taryn Jacobs coming in for Lydia Pence. Janae McCrary also out. So for the Lady Tigers, it's Dolan, Mathern, Maricini, Scarborough, and Jacobs. And the second free throw is good from Abby Johnson. 3-point advantage, 14-11. Edmond Memorial on top of Broken Arrow. Dolan goes to Maricini. Maricini guarded by Johnson to Mathern. And her foul looks like it was charged on Taryn Jacobs down low on a reach-in. Costly foul there.
Yeah, they got her setting a screen out top for Mathern and just not getting set, kind of getting your leg out, and they're going to call that 25 feet from the basket every time.
4 minutes to go until half. Hawkins guarded by Scarborough. Scarborough not letting her get any ground. She's keeping her back. Now Hawkins goes in, but she falls to the deck, and Scarborough's going to be whistled for the foul. Tough break there for Scarborough. That's her 2nd.
Yeah, she played such great defense on that, and almost just kind of tripped over her own feet there. I mean, not Brooklyn, but she just happened to be the wrong place. Hawkins gets that as she gets 2 free throws, and so yeah, I'm sure Coach Coffey's kind of arguing that wasn't the call he was looking for.
He's still questioning it with the referee, but not much you can do now as Hawkins makes the first.
Yeah.
That's her 3rd point of the game. Addie Johnson leading the Bulldogs with 8, Hawkins with 3, Morris with 2, Olmsted with 2.
Defensively, it looked like we had 4 people in the paint right there, which was great help defense, and then we just kind of bailed her out the very end. So
Hawkins misses the second, Bowen with the rebound. Now they give it up to Maricini. She tries to go over to the corner to Dolan. Dolan unable to make the 3 in the corner, but Mathern there for the rebound. She pulls up with the jumper. That is no good. Bowen hanging on. Still trying to get a shot off, and Edmond Memorial whistled for the foul. That is number 20, Hawkins, for her first.
Once again, you look, we got 2 offensive rebounds after the initial shot. So we'll take, if we can get 3 shots, okay, we draw a foul, but that's a good job crashing the offensive boards.
And I know you kind of said it in pregame, but they've got to make their shots from the line as Bowen goes up for the first one. It is no good. Peyton Dolan checking, nope, still in there. Just giving a high five to Jacobs. So Bowen going for her second shot on the line. It is good. That's 3 points for Bowen, and it's only a 3-point lead for Edmond Memorial. Tigers in a full court press now. Morris on the far side, getting trapped by Dolan and Maricini. Somehow she avoids it, gets down low to Kirk. And a timeout by the Lady Bulldogs. So it's 15-12, 3:07 to go until halftime. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse, 15-12. Edmond Memorial, 3:04 to go. Memorial with the ball. They somehow, nope, that one touched line. It'll go back to Broken Arrow. Checking in for the Lady Bulldogs, number 20, Hawkins. Maddie Kirk taking a breather.
Broken Arrow's really 3-quarter 1-2-1-1 press and a half-court trap really gave them some problems. They had them scrambling, and so we had them in trouble. She had to burn a timeout, and we come back and they turn it over. So
Mathurin popping a triple, and it is good from long distance. She's got 5, and we got a tie ball game. 15-15, 2:38 to go until half. Mathurin and Macy Maricini trying to get a trap, but the Bulldogs hang on. Hawkins guarded by Mathurin, over right in front of us to Aska. In the corner, Morris. Mathurin trying to trap her. They work the inside. It is Booker, and she gets it to go, so it's 17-15. That's Booker's first points. Macy over to Dolan on the far side. Bounce pass inside to Jacobs. Jacobs with a spin move over on the corner to Dolan, and Dolan catches in. Tigers take the lead for their first time in the game, 18-17 with 1:45 to go till half.
in that possession, the ball goes into the paint, draws the defense in, and we kick it back out for the wide open 3. So good job by Dolan just knocking down the open shot.
Bulldogs trying to get a triple, long distance, no good by Morris, and Maricini with the rebound. Mathurin up in the paint, Maricini with the floater, but she's whistled for the charge. That is her second, and Coach Coffey not happy.
No, with 1:25 left, I mean, we're about to get out of the second quarter of the first half. He's going to try to, got a sub coming in. We don't want her to pick up a third foul with 1:25 left, so we're going to buy a little time here. And McCurry's got such good minutes during the season. She's got some experience coming in, and so she's going to get after it defensively. She's going to bother the ball and bother Johnson up top.
17-18 with 1:15 to go here until half. Johnson guarded by McCurry. Over to Hawkins on the far side. Now she comes up to the middle. Mathurin not giving her much space is Hawkins. Over in the corner to Morris. Morris drives the lane, and Mathurin is going to be whistled for the foul.
They're going to call on Taryn Jacobs. Yeah. So
that is Jacobs' second. close to a travel, but I think they did get the right call.
Yeah, we're looking at team fouls right now. Once again, we've got 5 in this quarter, and so putting them on the line for 2. Once again, the rule this year, 15 fouled in the quarter, you get to shoot 2 free throws.
And Morris missed her first. But she made the second.
Lydia Pence checking in for Taryn Jacobs. Don't want to get her picking up her 3rd foul, so Pence comes in with 1 minute left to go in the second quarter.
So Tigers go to small ball a little bit. Bowen to the far side to Dolan. Bounce pass to the right, left elbow is Mathern. Hits the front of the rim, but it goes back to the Bulldogs. Morris goes back to Hawkins now, and the Lady Bulldogs will slow it down. Hawkins, guarded by Mathern, gets a screen.
What's the call going to be? We're going to get McKenzie run through the screen right there.
And I know arguably that's going to upset Coach Coffey, but they did set their feet. And I know Mathern's pleading her case, but the defender, Aska, had her feet set the entire time, Coach Jones.
She did. She was set. I know we've been trying to get that call on the other end. We've got to maintain our composure. We've got several players that have got 2 fouls in the first half, and so we've got 22 seconds. We need to rebound right here, not give up a second shot.
As Aska makes it, Addison Price in there for the Tigers. So Bowen, McCrary, Dolan, Pence, and Addison Price with 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Bowen, 9 seconds. Bowen trying to get a screen, no good. It's gone the deck. Bulldogs get the ball and they call a timeout. So with 2 seconds left, Bulldogs are going to get one last shot in.
And I got to tell you right now, I know what they're saying is don't call the timeout, because they're really burning a timeout in a close game. And with 2.4 seconds left, she could have held the ball, rolled it, and then go into halftime. And now that's cost them that's a big play right there. That not having that timeout could come back to get them in the end.
It's one of those that we'll keep it right here. It's one of those timeouts that I think it's just nerves setting in when you got a 19-18 game. You want to make the right call, and so it's tough to call that timeout. So now we got to see what they can draw up, because getting a shot off with 2 seconds, they've got enough time for it.
Yeah.
But it's not going to come easy.
No, it's did they waste a timeout? That's kind of what I know. I saw their coaching staff go no over there, because they would have loved to have saved that timeout for later in the game. But I mean, we may look back at that. If it's a 1-point game in the fourth quarter, you're going to wish you had that timeout back.
Yeah, that's 2 timeouts left for them, 4 for the Tigers. So clock management has been good for the Tigers so far.
Absolutely.
So inbounding it will be Hawkins. Standing next to her is Johnson. McCrary, Pence, Bowen, Price, and Dolan. McCrary guarding up on Johnson. Bulldogs getting it in. And they got 1 second. Shot is not going to go. So that will end the first half of play. The Lady Tigers trail by 1. It's 19-18 in the Fieldhouse. We'll take a quick timeout. And during halftime, we'll go over the stats and the other scores from around the area. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
In 1989, the First National Bank of Broken Arrow established the First Achievement Scholarship Award to help graduating seniors who they or their parents were bank customers to help with the cost of a college education. And since that time, we've paid out more than $300,000 in scholarships to 40 students.
I am going to TCC for dental hygiene, and in total, TCC is quoting about $30,000 for that program. So this scholarship will provide me with almost a third of my entire cost for school, which is really, really generous. It's relieving to know that I won't have to worry about such a huge portion of the education. A scholarship like this will absolutely change my life, because being a hygienist, you have the liberty of being very flexible with your schedule, and so that gives me the opportunity to be a mom and all of that stuff, but it also just gives me time to stay active within the community and maybe do stuff with First National Bank, volunteer with Broken Arrow Neighbors or volunteer with charities and stuff like that. It's just having that profession be available to me is just really exciting.
The bank provides the scholarship in order to provide financial support to students who face rising costs of a college education. This is just one way that the bank chooses to give back to the community, as well as customers and their children who are graduating seniors.
That sound can only mean one thing. Baseball season is upon us. Broken Arrow sets its sights on a solid season, aiming for a chance to contend for a state title. Amidst the crack of bats and the thud of balls hitting mitts, practice roars back to life. And with a new team comes a fresh identity, infused with a new energy to get the ball rolling.
I know we're all excited. It's going to be a good, fun year. It's a good group of boys, and we're excited to get out there and play.
Beyond the drills and game days, it's the bond they share that's the real game changer. Their camaraderie is their secret sauce that fuels their drive for success.
We hang out outside, we go to basketball games, football games together, we just go to each other's houses. It's a lot different than last year, so I feel like this year the chemistry is a lot better for us, so I think that's going to help us win.
7 seniors represent this Tigers baseball team. Obviously, they want to get to a state title. In order to do that, they have to simply win their district games.
I really think that we have good talent from the freshman level all the way up to us, but I feel like the underclassmen, I feel like they do a really good job at just filling the spots we need.
Hitting, it's going to come and go depending on the pitching, so hopefully we can just come out of the gate, hot, because we got some big games early.
Ultimately, it's about one thing, seizing that shot at the state championship. It's the dream the Tigers are in the hunt for.
So we do 5, 11, 24, so that's where we do sit-ups till failure every single day, and it just reminds us of the date that state is, and it just reminds us where we need to be and where we need to get.
We got a low number of seniors, but really good kids that have been through it and kind of know what is expected. So just looking forward to a great season with these guys.
The season will start on March 1st. Be sure to check us out on ArrowVision for all the very latest with the Broken Arrow Tiger baseball team. At the Broken Arrow Tiger Baseball Complex with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hahn. What unfolds in Barry Marbach's geography class is anything but your regular lesson plan.
Disaster, how did it affect you? I lost my house.
Step inside and you'll see that the learning truly comes alive.
I'm tapping into an interest. I'm tapping into an opportunity to ignite and inspire. So hopefully, within the curriculum of geography, learning the Ring of Fire and a Japanese earthquake, tsunami, nuclear disaster, they can deliver that news in a newscast.
The goal is to move students away from traditional learning methods confined to textbooks, giving them a taste of what it's like to run a news station, from writing scripts to field reporting and anchoring.
Hello, I'm Cameron Harper. A massive tragedy has struck.
It's all about getting the learning and lesson to come alive.
Broadcasting is really interesting because I get to learn about how stuff is created, and I really enjoy learning about how stuff is created.
Really, the best way for them to learn it is to deliver it. right? In instruction, sometimes the best way to learn something is to teach it, because you got to know it and then teach it. So now they got to know the details before they give it to the public or whoever.
7th grade geography class, it's much more than just the globe. In Barry Marbach's class, it's about engaging his students in real-life events, especially when it affects the world around us.
It just gives them more information so that as they grow, remember 12, 13, we are pushing, we are growing. I want to find out what I can do.
However, the lesson goes beyond learning about current events. It's about preparing for the future, acquiring skills essential to becoming a broadcaster. 2 lessons intertwined.
And it's just a lot of fun writing the scripts and making the videos and like editing them all together. So reading a book, it doesn't make you very interested in what you're doing, but if you do a project, it's a lot more fun and you're a lot more interested and want to actually do the work.
Ultimately, the globe that once seemed distant and static has become ever present in their lives. At Sequoia Middle School with ArrowVision, I'm Dan Hawk.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse. Dan Hawk alongside Tiffany Jones. It's a tight one so far. 19-18, Edmond Memorial on top of the Lady Tigers. But, Coach, to be in the hunt with Edmond Memorial, who's only got 3 losses on the year, you got to be happy with what Coach Coffey has been able to dial up with his team here in the first half.
Yeah, defensively, we've made them work for baskets. And I think, we talked about one of the keys to the game was controlling their big 2. Well, one of them is not suited up tonight, but the other one, we've held her to 2 points. I mean, that's just been great defense on the court, had a lot of help doing things that we need to do, and so they've been frustrated offensively going against our man defense, our helping, but also even the last possessions that we had, the half-court trap and 3/4 court press. They've struggled against that, and so making them have to really run a lot of offense to get a shot off, that's the kind of game that we need.
And also one key point that we should make mention as well, the Edmond Memorial Lady Bulldogs called a crucial timeout to end the first half. 2 seconds left. Probably should have just dribbled it out. I know you want to get those points, but a crucial timeout that could capitalize for the Tigers here in the second half.
If it's close scoring late in the game, that last couple minutes where you need a timeout, either not turn the ball over or just get something drawn up, they've lost that opportunity now because they burned through so many timeouts. And so that may be one of those plays that we look back on the other end and be like, hey, that could have changed the game.
Absolutely. Let's go over some point totals for you. Addie Johnson, we'll start off with Edmond Memorial. Addie Johnson with 8, 3 points for Anasty Hawkins. Taylor Morris with 3, 2 points for Justice Booker, 2 points for Avery Olmstead. For the Lady Tigers, leading the way has been Mackenzie Mathern with 5, Rakaya Bowen with 3, 3 for Dolan, 3 for Brooklyn Scarborough, and 4 for Macy Maricini. As far as fouls, not been good for the Tigers.
No.
There are 4 players with same amount of fouls with 2. That is Macy Maricini, Scarborough, Mathern, and Taryn Jacobs. That's going to have to be slowed down here in the second half.
Well, that's one thing we look at going in the second half. You made through, nobody got 3, because somebody gets 3 in the first half, that changes the game. And so we're okay. We just need to not panic, and let's don't pick up any silly fouls, 45 feet from the basket, make them earn things. We're in a really good spot right now, even though we're down at halftime. We're down 1 point, and we're looking good going into the second half.
Yeah, and here's some big notes for you. We win. We don't have to worry about Saturday. We are off to Norman for a state championship. If we lose against Edmond Memorial, we'll face at Sepulpa at 2 p.m. versus Bixby or Union. That game will follow our game here in the Birdhouse. Also, big note for you, the Tigers are 13-2 since Christmas break with 2 losses, being to Bixby and Choctaw with a combined 4 points. So let's keep that trend going and get another dub tonight.
Yeah, I mean, even though you look at Memorial has a lot more seniors than we have, our juniors have a lot of experience. They've been on the court a lot. They've played in big games. They've been in the state tournament. They know what's at stake. There's two quarters left to have a chance to go to Norman, so that's where we want to be headed next week.
Keys to victory to start this game will go as followed. Get the ball in the post, communicate on defense, look for slips, ghost screens, contain the big 2, Williams and Olmstead. Transition offense and rim run. Coach, thoughts on that so far on what they've been able to do in the first half?
Once again, we haven't given up much in transition. I know we had a turnover and they had a run out at one point, but we've controlled the transition. we have made them work for everything. And so our help defense, I think that's something that's so scary, because if you miss one rotation, they get wide open looks, and we've been able to take care of that defensively, helping where we need to help and contesting shots. And so really, we're in the driver's seat right now. We're in a good spot going into the second half, and just like that, the ball is in play.
Now the Lady Bulldogs will go left to right. Tigers will go right to left. It is Johnson on the court with Olmsted, along with Morris, Brooklyn Aska. Tigers come up with the turnover, nearly lost it back, but it'll stay with Broken Arrow. Marcini going inside to Mathern in the paint. Mathern with a spin move, but she is whistled for a travel. I believe that is her second travel of the game.
Just physical play right on the first possession on both ends of the court. The referees are really letting them play right now.
The Lady Bulldogs with their original 5 to start it out. As Johnson over to Morris, and then on the far side it's Olmsted, guarded by Dolan. They go back to Morris. Morris to Olmsted. Now back up top to Johnson. As Jacobs is guarding her, they stay guarding her. Johnson going in the left elbow. It is good. She's got 10, leading all scorers. 21-18, 6:40 to go here in the third. Mathern, little dump off to Marcini, but she turns it over. Morris going the other way. And Mathern trying to pick it up off the deck, but that'll stay with the Bulldogs. It's Morris. Back to Hawkins. And a deep 3 from Olmsted on the left side, and she gets it to go. That's going to lead to a timeout. Broken Arrow trailing 24-18 in the third. 6:17 to go. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse at East Central High School. 24-18, Broken Arrow trailing Edmond Memorial. Coach Coffey wanting to dial up some offense. Tigers unable to get anything so far here in the third.
In a game where it's so tight, you know it's going to be tight. We're in the area championship, the winners brackets. There's not blowouts at this point in the season, and so momentum had swung. Coach Coffey saw enough. And once again, we didn't have great help defense. We left the shooter wide open at that point in time. We didn't get everybody rotating like we wanted to, but momentum had changed, and so he called that timeout to stop it. Let's get something set up. We need to have a good possession right here.
And the music finally coming off in the Birdhouse. Marcini with the ball on the far side. Bounce pass into Mathern, and a reach in. That will go against Anasty Hawkins. That is her second.
That's a call we've been trying to get. Coach Coffey's been trying to get. McKenzie's been trying to get the referees to call that. So
an inbounds from Dolan over to Scarborough. Now inside to Jacobs. Jacobs with a spin move, no good. And it'll go to the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. Aska on the far side to Morris. Morris driving in, high off the glass, no good. But it'll stay with Edmond Memorial.
What was the call?
Correction. They actually gave her
Oh, wow.
They gave her a reach in on Olmsted. That is her third.
Well, we may mark that down. 5:49 in the third quarter. She picks up her third. That can change the outcome of the game. I'm sure Memorial's not happy with that call.
No, they will not be. So now Mathurin, guarded by 2 defenders, driving in the paint. Reverse lay-in, it is good. She's got 7, cuts the deficit to just 4, 24-20.
Take out a 6'1" girl out of the lane, and that really opens things up for Mackenzie in there too.
Yes, it does. Hawkins trying to put on a clinic on her feet. They go to the hands of Morris. Morris throws it up, no good. Jacobs with some tough defense. Now the Tigers out in space. Flipped up to Mathurin. Mathurin down low in the paint. And she's gonna go to the line, and that is gonna go against Morris, I believe. No, that is actually Aska. That is her first. So Mathurin will go to the line.
Mathurin once again drawing contact in there, which she's so good at, is getting somebody out of position and drawing contact. And I'm sure Memorial's coach is like, why are you bailing her out? She was behind the backboard, but they did, and we'll take the free throws. Mackenzie knocking it down.
And she misses the second, but Quick coming in for the rebound, puts it back up. Unable to get it to go, and it'll go back to the Lady Bulldogs. But good heads-up effort out of Mathurin. Dangerous pass into the middle to Booker. Bulldogs trying to get some offense going, but the Tigers nearly forcing a trap. They go down low to Booker. Booker coughs it up. It's on the deck, but it comes back in the hands of the Bulldogs.
It's a big-time block by Brooklyn down there. Saved the layup.
4:35 to go here in the third. Hawkins is guarded by Mersini, but somehow keeps it in her hands, and that one's going to go out of bounds, and a costly foul is going to go on the Tigers. That is Jacobs.
They're going to call it on Brooklyn.
Yes, they are. Thank you for that. So Scarborough charged for the foul. That is her third. Addie Johnson makes the first one from the line. She is leading all scorers with 11.
Very frenetic possession that time for Edmond Memorial, scrambling. So many times I thought we were about to come up with the loose ball or cause them to turn it over, and they end up getting a foul down there and shooting free throws.
And she misses the second one as Bowen comes up with the rebound. Now Mersini right in front of us, left elbow. Pulls it back, top of the key. Jacobs running down low in the paint. Mersini now driving, throws a floater up, no good. Jacobs with the rebound. Mersini can't hang on. So the ball's gonna go the other way. It's Johnson. Johnson is blocked by Mathurin. And that'll get everybody excited in the birdhouse.
That's not giving up something easy. Make him earn it. Great defense. Good job avoiding the contact, because we sure didn't need her to get another foul right there. But Mackenzie's she's here to make a statement tonight, and she wants the Lady Tigers to get in tonight and be scouting on Saturday.
Bulldogs flip it to the top. It's to Hawkins, guarded by Scarborough. Over to the right elbow, to Olmstead. Now they go down low. Olmstead can't get it to go. Bowen flips it up to Scarborough. Scarborough puts it in with the lay-in off the glass. She's fired up. Coach Coffey fired up, and we're trailed by 2, 25-23.
What did we do? Rebound the ball, get it and go, get the transition. Brooklyn hits it as a great pass, finishing, and has a chance to make the old-fashioned three-point play.
And that was Morris's first. She makes it. Scarborough's got 6, and we got a one-point game again with 3:35 to go here in the third. Aska nearly getting trapped. Macy Mersini lets the defender go. Hawkins now with the ball, puts it off the glass, and Hawkins gets it to go. She's got 5. 27-24 now. Edmond Memorial. Macy guarded by Johnson. She pulls up, gives it back to Mathern. Mathern resets. Under 3 minutes to go. Mathern driving in the paint. Pulls up with the jumper, no good. But it goes back in the hands of Maracini. Maracini puts it up high off the glass, and it is good. She's got 6. It's back to a 1-point game, Coach. 27-26.
Just a slugfest right now. Both teams competing. It's physical, not out of control. Just basketball, and players are going to have to make big plays.
Nothing better for an area championship. Spin move by Hawkins. That is good. In the paint. That's 29-26 with 2:20 to go here in the third. Bowen.
Oh, what'd they just call? 4. That's going to be 4 on. Oh, who'd they call it on? They did not.
They called it on Morris. That is her second.
Okay.
And checking in will be Justice Booker. Peyton Dolan also waiting to check in for the Lady Tigers. Yep, that is on Morris. That's her second. So Bowen will go to the line.
Well, 2 minutes, 2:11 left in this quarter. And there's 5 team fouls on Memorial and 1 on us. And I think Memorial dodged a bullet right there because Morris wasn't the one guarding the ball when they called that.
But that shot is good from the line from Bowen. She's got 4. Booker checks in. Dolan checks in. Scarborough checks out. It's 29-27 now. Bowen can make it a 1-point game. She misses the second. And a very quick foul on Bowen. That was kind of ticky-tacky. That's Bowen's first. That was super quick, Coach.
Well, we've got to settle down and not let, we're not playing too fast. We've got to play under control. And right now it kind of feels like both teams are, I mean, the pressure is there. I mean, it's a pressure cooker situation, so our composure is important right now.
And Maracini was charged for the foul right on the line. That's her third. She's going to have to be careful the rest of the way. Addie Johnson, cross-court pass to Aska on the other side. They go to the corner. It is Morris, and Morris connects from long distance. 32-27. Every time the Tigers get back in it, the Lady Bulldogs somehow find a way. Bowen over to Mathern. Mathern pulls back for the triple, hits the front iron, no good. Jacobs with the rebound. Jacobs getting trapped. They go with a turnover, and it's going to be a jump ball.
I'm watching the officials right now. It seems like there's a lot of talking going on both sides, and they've put their hands up a couple times and told the ladies stop, let them call the game. And so once again, it's hard to hold your composure when it's tight like this and physical, but
that's going to be a turnover as Mathern was trying to force a pass to Maracini, but that ball hit the line, so it'll go back to the Lady Bulldogs.
let's see, Memorial right now, they know that Maracini's got 3 fouls, so I'm not going to be surprised if they go right at her trying to get a 4th foul on her.
Addie Johnson to Morris. Jacobs not giving her much space. Morris behind the back. In traffic, goes up off the glass, no good. Bowen with the rebound. Bowen.
Yep.
Is going to catch a break here. A lot of traffic in the paint, and Memorial whistled for a foul. And it goes against Justice Booker. That's her first. I think they were just trying to trap her, but then they fouled her in the process.
Well, that was just maybe not a great decision when you're 90 feet from the basket down there. I mean, she had the rebound. It was clear she had the rebound. Now she's trying to reach in and just discipline play. When somebody gets the rebound like that, it's once again, they're giving up free throws now.
As Bowen missed the first and missed the second as well. Tigers are going to have to find a way when they get to the line to make those buckets.
Yeah.
Hawkins guarded by Bowen. They go back to Johnson at the top. Johnson driving all the way in the paint, and a quick bucket down low from Justice Booker. That's her fourth. 34-27, 47 seconds left to go here in the third.
We've had a couple possessions really in the second half of the third quarter where we haven't had great defensive rotation, and they've resulted in big buckets by Memorial.
Bowen with a fadeaway. No good. Rebound to Maricini. She puts it back up. That is also no good. But eventually Bowen comes up with the third second chance point. It's 34-29. It's a 4-point game with Edmond Memorial on top. 16 seconds now. Abby Johnson, guarded by Dolan. 8 seconds. Johnson trying to pull back, get some space, no good. Rebound goes to the Tigers, and Bowen just hangs on to it. So after 3, the Tigers trail 29-34, Coach.
Well, once again, exactly what we expected. We had some defensive lapses that quarter. We didn't get rotation. We got to tighten up defensively in the fourth quarter and make sure that we get everybody rotating to help and stop the ball in every possession.
We will have the fourth quarter coming up on ArrowVision. Stay with us.
Life happens in a hurry. Our money experts will help you keep up. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
And welcome back inside the Birdhouse, 34-29. Lady Tigers trailing Edmond Memorial. Winner will play in Norman for a state championship. That state tournament will get underway next week. Some other scores from around the area. Owasso and Choctaw, 26-23. That's in the fourth. Owasso on top. At the half, PC West, PC North, 28-20, PC West. And then Mustang and Edmond North, 43-32, Edmond North on top. So we begin the fourth quarter. Over in the corner. Triple, no good from Edmond Memorial. So coming out of the timeout, Tigers going to look to start their offense. Dolan to Mathurin. Mathurin to Macy Maricini. Mathurin driving in the lane, pulls up. Shot is no good, nearly coming up with her own rebound. Jacobs falling to the deck trying to save it, and it's going to stay with Broken Arrow.
Great hustle play by Taryn Jacobs. She just does the things that maybe don't show up on the stat sheet, but that saved us a possession right there. So we're going to have a chance to get another shot off, and she doesn't dive on the floor. That doesn't happen.
As Morris was slow to get up for Edmond Memorial. Dolan turns it over on the inbounds pass to Olmstead, and Olmstead takes it from one side to the other. She's got 7, biggest lead in the game right now, 36-29. It's going to be a timeout by head coach Coffey. So we'll take a timeout as well. Lady Tigers trail 36-29 here at East Central.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone & Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. We're also proud to be team orthopedist for FC Tulsa. Tulsa Bone & Joint, moving life forward.
Welcome back inside the Birdhouse, 36-29. Edmond Memorial on top of Broken Arrow. We'd like to thank our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, Simpson St. John, Tulsa Bone & Joint, TTCU, Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Quick Trip. 7 minutes to go now. Maricini to Jacobs. Jacobs cross-court pass to Scarborough. Scarborough driving in the paint, unable to get it to go off the glass, so it'll go back to Edmond Memorial. I think she thought she was fouled there.
I do too, and really what's big after that is Brooklyn just picked up her 4th foul. That was a pretty tight call after everything else that's gone on during the game. I'm sure Brooklyn's feeling the same way, but defensively, we need to have a good defensive possession. Good help defense, make them shoot over our hands. We're still long out there and we can pressure the ball, but we need to contest shots right now with them.
So Scarborough will take a breather as Rakaya Bowen in there. Addie Johnson, guarded by Mathurin. They flip it over to Johnson. Mathurin nearly get her to step on the half-court line. And they finally get it in down low to Aska. Now the Bulldogs reset. It's Hawkins. She just hands it to Olmstead. Olmstead from long distance, no good. And a rebound by Morris. Quick bounce, outlet pass to Aska. Aska nearly throws it out of bounds. Somehow Edmond Memorial hangs on. Olmstead on the far side. They work it back into Hawkins, and Hawkins gets it to go. That lead is starting to grow. 38-29 with 5:50 to go, Coach. Tigers desperately need some points here.
Yeah, and one thing we've seen all year, though, is we fight. And we are not going to back down. And so this is, I mean, it's a 9-point game, so it's 3 possessions, but we're not going to back down. So we're going to bounce back. We need to come down and have a good offensive possession. And it feels like it's been a long time since we scored, but we need a bucket right here.
It's Mathurin trying to create space. Memorial picks her off. Ball going the other way. It's Johnson. She puts it off the glass, untouched. She's got a baker's dozen. 40-29, the biggest lead of the game. It's 11 and another timeout by Coach Coffey. 5:25 to go. 40-29 here in the Birdhouse. Stay with us. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on ArrowVision.
Racing towards the end of the month? Ask about our early pay options. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Ascension St. John, you'll find advanced heart care, brain and spine care, and personalized cancer care. And we excel just as much in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Biggest lead of the game so far for Edmond Memorial. Dan Hawk alongside Coach Tiffany Jones. Here at the Birdhouse at East Central. Winner gets a chance to play in Norman. Loser will have to play on Saturday at Sapulpa. They will play the loser of Bixby Union. That game will follow our game here. We will not stream that game on ArrowVision. But we are not wanting to look to Saturday. We want the Lady Tigers to somehow find a way here in the 4th quarter as they trail Edmond Memorial 40-29, Coach.
Yeah, and I think let's compare this year's team and last. We saw sometimes last year where we didn't bounce back and we had lapses and we didn't come back and compete like we could have. This year we've seen that growth from our team, and we get down and we're going to come right back and answer. So I'm expecting us to put together a run. If we can get this down to, 6 points with 3 minutes or so left, that's going to be and just like that, we've got a foul on Hawkins right there, but also a foul 25 feet from the basket.
Yeah, that foul was trying to reach in on Mathurin. So Maricini over to Mathurin. Right in front of us on the left side. And another foul is charged. And that is against Taylor Morris. That is her 3rd.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see
check,
that.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Morris will check out. Justice Booker will check in. So Macy goes right to Bowen, and Bowen puts it off the glass. Just like what you said, Coach. Quick points need to come for the Tigers. Down to 5 minutes, 40-31. Aska going the other way, and it's gonna bounce out. That went all the way down in the net, and it comes out. And the Tigers are gonna be whistled for a foul.
And Dan, I look at, that's 4 on Macy.
And that was Macy. So Justice Booker will go to the line.
Sometimes you've got to give up the basket, so to speak, and not get a foul because you want your point guard on the floor. And right now, Coach Coffey doesn't have a choice. He's got to leave her in 4:56. We can't buy a lot of time with her, trying to protect her the rest of the game because we got to go with the ones that got us here.
Yep. Booker missed the second, 41-31, 10-point game now. 4 fouls on Macy. She's going to have to play very smart and safe basketball. Flips it into Mathern in the paint. Mathern trying to create space, and she's going to go to the line. We'll see who the foul was charged. It looks like they're going to go against Booker. They do. Booker with the foul. That's her second. Mathern at the line. Mathern has been shooting over 60% on the season. She's well below her average. Average is 22 a game. She's only got 8 so far, but not really surprised when you're playing an Edmond Memorial team with only 3 losses.
No, really, when you get to this point in the season, you're playing teams that are much better defensively, and you've been prepping for this for a while, and so it's not unusual for players to score less than their average at this point in the year.
That ball went out of bounds off the rebound. So Edmond Memorial will get the ball right back. 4:30 to go now. Tigers are going to need stops rest of the way against this Lady Bulldogs team. As Morris puts a screen on Macy, and she just runs away from it.
It's going to take more than that to slow down Macy.
Macy is a Bulldog herself, no pun intended. 41-31. Hawkins driving, gets it down low to Morris. They flip it back out to Johnson. And I know Coach Coffey's going to his assistants and telling his bench, hey, we got to find a way because they're just going to run that clock as best they can when they have the ball. Johnson driving in the paint. She nearly steps on the line.
Yeah.
That should have been Tiger ball, but it'll stay with Edmond Memorial. Hawkins now.
Should have been a jump ball or something.
Hawkins over to the corner to Morris.
Memorial's playing keep away right now.
They are playing keep away. Tigers might have to foul, not what they want to do. Mathern tried to poke it away on Booker. Mathern trying to get the ball away. And I think they're going to charge Jacobs with the foul. That's her third. And as we see them playing keep away, Janae McCrary and Scarborough check in as Macy and Dolan check out. And I believe they're going to be rotating that in and out the rest of the way.
Yeah, we got to play some offense for defense right now because Macy can't go, or she can't foul out top, and that's what they're wanting us to do.
Tigers trying to force a trap. Somehow Memorial gets it back across. Driving in the paint, another glass off the glass bucket for Aska. That's her third point of the game. So Mathern's going to have to take control in this one. Long triple, rattles off, goes right back to Memorial. 3 minutes to go. And a reach in by Bowen. That's Bowen's second.
We've got one more team foul, and then we're going to be, Memorial's going to be in the shooting free throws. So we'll sub right here, and Macy just came in and told her teammates, I can't foul. And so that's good court recognition.
Memorial gets it in, but they got to get it across. And they just barely get it across. Morris with the ball.
Coach Coffey's telling them, you guys have got to get up, and Macy can't be the one to foul right here. So
down to 2:35, 43-31. Turns it over. Macy now with the ball. Macy pulls up from long distance. Cash money, it's good. Ice water in her veins. She's got 9. It's 43-34. 2:25 to go here in the fourth, though.
It ain't over, Dan.
We'll keep it right here. It's a full timeout, Coach. What do the Tigers need to do besides foul when they can, but not with players that are in foul trouble?
Well, right now, we're going to make Memorial. We're going to scramble. I'm anticipating that we're going to come out of timeout and we're going to be in a full court press. We saw earlier that just trapping the ball, a 1-2-1-1 3/4 court press or a 2-3 half court trap, they struggled with that, handling that pressure. So we're going to come out and pressure, and if we can't pressure pretty quick, we're going to have to foul because we can't let them just run the clock. And I mean, we're down to a 9-point lead, so 3-possession game. We need to stop. And even if we've got a foul and them go shoot free throws, but we've got to get the ball back in pretty quick. And so I'm anticipating a press coming out of this, or at least a half-court trap.
This is the joys of not having a shot clock, is it's going against your favor.
Yeah.
As Edmond Memorial and Broken Arrow come out of the timeout, leading all scorers is Addie Johnson with 13, 9 for Hawkins, 6 for Morris, 5 for Booker, 3 for Aska, 7 for Olmsted. Broken Arrow trying to make some magic with 2:25 to go. Memorial inbounds it. Mathern playing up on Aska. Now Scarborough trying to race up to Johnson.
Bowen is so long up top.
That length helps out in situations like this. Ball on the deck, but it's going to stay with Edmond Memorial. 2:05, so only 20 seconds taken off the clock there.
And we had Memorial in trouble. We had her, pretty well contained in the corner, and once again, a little chippy out there right now, but there's a lot on the line. So, first of all, if she misses a free throw, we sure can't give up an offensive rebound. That would just be a killer right now. So we got to make sure we secure the rebound, and we got to push tempo, and we got to go.
Bowen whistled for the foul. The first shot, no good. Tigers catch a break. Hawkins missed it. And Coach Coffey saying we got to speed it up as quickly as we can if we get the ball here. Second shot from Hawkins, it's good. 44-34. Macy going right to Mathern on the far side. Over to Jacobs, now to Bowen. Bowen driving in the baseline. High off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Memorial. 1:47 to go. And Memorial's going to slow it down. Scarborough's going to have to foul. Here's Johnson. Back over to Hawkins. They're saying foul. As Bowen will be charged, and that will be her fourth. So the bench, with so many Tigers in foul trouble, the bench is going to have to come in and just fight it off the best they can.
Yeah, and I see who's getting ready to sub in. I mean, we caught a break with the missed free throw last time. We got a board right here, and Peyton Dolan's getting ready to check in the game, and we've got to load up with three-point shooters. We can't run a lot of offense right now. We're going to have to get shots off quick.
Hawkins makes the second. She's now got 11. Dolan checking in for Bowen.
We've got one shot here, one free throw left, and
she misses the second. Dolan with a rebound. Now gives it to Mathern, over to Macy Marcini. Marcini's going to have to work quickly. 1:25 to go. They guard heavily on Mathern. Coach Coffey saying move. Mathern over in the corner. But it's a turnover, and it'll go right back to Aska. Macy nearly picking the pocket. And Mathern will be whistled for the foul. And that will be Macy's third.
McKenzie's third.
Correction. Mackenzie Mathern's third. Minute 10, 45-34. Olmsted makes it, 46-34. And she makes the second. 47-34, minute 7 left to go. Tigers desperately gonna have to work quickly. Mathern trying to get it to Mersini, and that will go out of bounds. Hawkins whistled for the foul. That is her fourth. But as soon as they get it in, they've got to get a shot off.
Yeah, we got to go quick.
Macy drives in the paint with a little floater. No good. Jacobs with the rebound. She puts it back up. Also no good. Mathern gets the second chance, but she'll go to the deck. And a foul on number 20, Hawkins. That's her correction.
I think they called it on Johnson.
Yes, they did. So Johnson's first. Hard to believe that's only her first foul.
I know. Little offense for defense right here.
Thurn makes the second. 47-36, 45 seconds to go. And Mathern is going to be whistled for the foul there. That one goes back out of bounds. That's her fourth.
Oh, they're calling that. That's her fifth.
Must have missed a foul.
Yeah.
I thought she had 4, so Mathern's night is done. She had 9.
There were several possessions where you could have called it on multiple players, and I think sometimes it's been hard to always know who the fouls were called on tonight.
That first free throw is no good for Maddie Johnson. And the second one's no good. Bowen with a rebound. Bowen trying to race the other way. But another turnover. I believe that's their third turnover in a row for the Lady Tigers. And Bowen is whistled for the foul, and that's her fifth. So her night is done as well.
Yeah, and you look up, we've got 26.6 seconds left, and we're down 11. They're still shooting 2 right now. Obviously, things are not turning out exactly like we wanted them this evening. Memorial has come out, and they've been able to make some plays and capitalize just on a few, it goes back to a few possessions that could have gone different ways, and a shot here and there on those tight possessions, and they were able to take advantage of them maybe where we weren't able to tonight.
Aska missed the second one, made the first one. 24 seconds to go. Macy dribbling up. Macy another floater. It is good. That gives her 11. It's 10-point advantage. And I believe that is going to do it, Coach.
Yeah, Coach Coffey's called them off at this point. The score's going to end up being 48-38. Edmond Memorial is going to be advancing as area champions of the state tournament, and great effort tonight by the Lady Tigers. There were some really key plays in the game that you look back and they're going to be really obvious, and I love our Lady Tigers' great effort tonight. They didn't quit all the way to the last possession as they shake hands now with the Memorial Lady Bulldogs.
So that will do it from the Birdhouse, 48-38. But do not forget, we'll be on ArrowVision tomorrow as the boys will be in action against Jinx. That game will be at Sapulpa at 7:30. We will stream that game, but it will be an audio-only game, just as a reminder, from Sapulpa, Jinx and Broken Arrow, as I believe Coach Coffey is telling his Lady Tigers to come back out onto the court. But the final here, Broken Arrow 48-38. They will play the loser of Bixby and Union at Sapulpa at 2 p.m. I want to thank Coach Tiffany Jones for being along for the ride with me here at the Birdhouse at East Central. I want to thank Blake Shy, our director and engineer, Greg Spencer, the director of ArrowVision. As the Lady Tigers lose a tough one tonight. Also want to thank our One Club sponsors, First National Bank of Broken Arrow, St. John's, also Bone and Joint, TTCU Federal Credit Union, Matthews Ford, the Arrow Group, and Crick Trip. The final, once again, Edmond Memorial, 48-38. Lady Tigers will play at 2 p.m. on Saturday at Sapulpa. Until next time, go Tigers.